What's going on, fantasy football fans? It's your boy BigLow Kuntry. Hey, I'm coming to y'all from the Fantasy Garage this time. We're coming up on week 4. Just want to talk with y'all about some fantasy football predictions and some trends that I've been seeing. I'm glad that y'all could join us, man. All right, so I want to start out with the running backs. I think the running backs are the most important part of our fantasy football team that we're putting together. So the first one that I think that's going to have a real big week is Dalvin Cook. I know that Minnesota, they're playing against the Houston Texans this week. Houston Texans defense has been playing absolutely terrible, and Minnesota is on a 3-game losing streak. Mike Zimmer, he's one of those very fundamental coaches. Whenever coaches start to lose, they always try to go back to the basics. And in this case, you have Dalvin Cook in the backfield. The basics are going to be trying to run this football. Dalvin Cook is going to get at least 25 carries in this game, and I believe he's going to get 100 yards. Kenya Drake is another really good pick that I think is going to have a real good week. I think he's going to have a great week just basically based off of the game flow that the week is going to take. Carolina's defense is, kind of touch and go. I believe that the Cardinals are going to go ahead because the Cardinals defense is legit. I think after they get ahead, they're going to run the ball a lot. I think Jared McKinnon, man, the lead man down there out there in San Francisco, I think he's also going to have a pretty big week. Think about Jared McKinnon, he always has that possibility of making those big plays. Going against that Philadelphia defense, I think that, as long as Kyle Shanahan is the coach in San Francisco, they're always going to try to make sure they run the ball and they always execute very well. And James Robinson, is James Robinson, is he becoming a top 7 running back in the fantasy world, or is that just me? Is this just the hype, or like what's going on with James Robinson, man? What in the world? I think James Robinson, I think he's also going to have a very big week. They're going up against those Bengals, and man, I don't know what's going on out there in Cincinnati. I think it's going to be a very evenly matched game, and I think James Robinson is going to have a big week as well. So Josh Allen, I think Josh Allen is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL today. That young man, he's really been balling. 10 touchdowns, only 1 interception. I know a lot of times people talk about stacking teams with a wide receiver and a quarterback. I don't call it stacking. My phrase that I use for that is 2 times Tuesday. So that's going to be one of my 2 times Tuesdays of the week. Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. When is everybody going to acknowledge the fact that Stephon Diggs is an elite wide receiver in the NFL? Like, nobody's acknowledging that. So Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, they're really going to go off this week. And my other 2 times Tuesday is Julio, End Zone Jones, and Matthew Ryan. I think they're going up against those Green Bay Packers. That game is going to be a shootout. There's going to be a lot of points scored. Calvin Ridley, he's kind of come into his own over there on the other side, so I don't think Julio Jones is going to get as many double teams moving forward. He is coming off of this injury. And look, we know the history that Julio Jones has against the Green Bay Packers, and it's not just because I'm a Falcons fan. Rise up, A-Town down. Y'all already know. But yeah, man, I think they're going to do really well. Kenny Galladay going up against this New Orleans Saints defense. They haven't really looked well. Marshawn Lattimore hasn't really played up to the standard that he normally plays at. And I know Galladay, he's just getting healthy and getting back into the swing of things, but he looked really good last week. I think he's going to have another good week this week as well. And Cooper Kupp going against the Giants. I think Cooper Kupp is also going to do well. The Giants' run defense is actually pretty good. So I think they're going to stop Henderson, um, and they're going to have to get those passes off. And Cooper Kupp is the number one guy out there for the Los Angeles Rams. So for my tight ends, I think I'm gonna go with Darren Waller. I know that Renfro and Waller are the two main targets out there for the Las Vegas Raiders. Um, I think I think it's definitely going to be a high scoring game. Or we know that the Buffalo Bills are going to put up points. The question is, will the Raiders be able to keep up with them? If they can't keep up with them, we know that they're definitely going to be throwing the ball. We know that the Raiders can run. Josh Jacobs, Jingleheimer Schmidt is a bad man, but I know that whenever they do have to throw the ball, Darren Waller gets heavily involved in that passing game. I think he's going to be a lock this week. Another guy, I think, and I really hate to say this because I don't want it to sound like I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Man, Rob Gronkowski. So Gronk, he has been getting back into the swing of things. He looked better last week, and I think that this is a really good matchup that he has with the Los Angeles Chargers. And I think that he has a chance to do some really, really good things in that Tampa Bay offense this week. All right, guys. So for my sleepers, I'm actually coming from out of left field on this one. Y'all might not even see this first one coming. For my first sleeper, I'm actually going with Adam Trotman. Adam Trotman is a tight end for the New Orleans Saints. We all know how much Drew Brees loves throwing to those tight ends. Michael Thomas is still, they said that he's still going to be out this week. Look, Alvin Kamara can't do it by himself. I think Adam Trotman is going to be a sleeper pick for the tight end position this week. So, look, if you're playing DFS, DraftKings, FanDuel, anything like that, and you need a very cheap tight end, most bang for your buck, he might be the guy to go with. And Randall Cobb. I think Randall Cobb, I don't know if he's that much of a sleeper, but I think he's going to explode this week. I think he's really going to go off against the Minnesota Vikings. I think that, they're also another desperate team. They're trying to get that first win. Randall Cobb is going to go in, and he's going to go off. My defensive pick for the week is the San Francisco 49ers. They're going against the Eagles. Carson Wentz, he's still trying to get things going out there in Philadelphia. And, he doesn't have any wide receivers, man. I know that it's tough on him, and it's really hard to get that offense going. Sanders, he came back, and, man, he looked really good. But I definitely think that San Francisco defense is still top notch, and I think that they're going to stop those Philadelphia Eagles cold this week. Well, hey, man, I appreciate y'all for joining me for this week, week 4, fantasy football. These are my predictions for the week. I hope that it helps y'all out. If y'all do play any daily fantasy, you win some money. Hey, don't forget your boy BigLow Kuntry, man. I'm over here about to starve to death, bro. So, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. It's BigLow Kuntry. That's country. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm from the country. It's Kuntry. So once again, that's at BigLow Kuntry. Hey, y'all make sure y'all subscribe and y'all like this video. And if y'all have any questions, make sure to ask them in the comments or hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. I'll be here for the rest of the season, and I'm looking forward to hearing from y'all. I hope y'all win.